Here are the results of a random sample taken from the travel times in minutes to work for all 7 employees of a startup web development company. Find the sample standard deviation, round to 2 decimal places as needed. You have to remember that the sample standard deviation and the population standard deviation are different. They have different formulas and they are computed differently in StatCrunch. If 5, 26, and 36 was the population, this would be a different standard deviation than the sample standard deviation that we're going to compute. First, let's look at the sample standard deviation formula. The formulas are very similar, but notice that we are using x bar instead of mu, and we are dividing by n minus 1 instead of n. Let's compute the sample standard deviation using our chart. Like before, the xi column is going to be all the data values. So for the first column, we will have 5, 26, and 36. Now we have to compute x bar, which is the sample mean, and this is 22.33333. You can compute this by hand or use StatCrunch. X bar will be the same for all the data values. In the next column, we will subtract xi minus x bar. So first we have 5 minus 22.33333, and we get negative 17.333. Next we have 26 minus x bar, and we get 3.667. Then we have 36 minus x bar, and we get 13.667. In the next column, we will square each of the previous values. So we have negative 17.333 squared, and this is approximately 300.432889. And do the same for the rest of the values. You should get the following. Now let's go ahead and add up all the values in the last column. You should get 500.66667. This is going to be the top number of the formula. Remember that the sigma means sum, so the sum will go on top, and on the bottom, we will have the sample size minus 1, which is 3 minus 1. We can rewrite the bottom and just write 2. So now type this into your calculator. Remember that you need to press second x squared to get the square root, and then press n over d to get the fraction. And you should get approximately 15.82. Now let's compute the sample standard deviation in StatCrunch. Type in the values for the random sample, then go to Stat, Summary Stats, Columns, select var1, and because we want the sample standard deviation, we can use this standard deviation right here. Press Compute, and we get 15.82.